Turning now to a major political upset in Texas over the weekend. A Democratic candidate for state Senate won his race for a seat in the largest Republican county in the nation. Union President Taylor Ramett of Fort Worth won by a nearly 15% margin. The state's lieutenant governor is calling it a wake-up call for Republicans. Let's bring in CBS News Executive Director of Politics, Fin Gomez. So, Fin, tell us a bit about this race, what's at stake, what it could be signaling.
Yeah, Adriana, we don't typically report on state Senate races, but this political upset is getting a lot of national attention. Why? This is a district that President Trump won by 17 points in 2024, but on Saturday, Ramett, the Democrat, won by 14 points. That's a 31-point swing in this ruby red area, Tarrant County, which includes Fort Worth. And despite President Trump endorsing the Republican in the race, some national Democrats that I spoke to called this a political earthquake in Texas because of that wild swing and because they believe it bolsters their chances in that big upcoming U.S. Senate race this year, and even in some of those House races in those congressional districts redrawn by Texas Republicans. Democrats believe that this continues the overperformance we saw in last year's off-year elections. Republicans say they have to do a better job in getting out the vote, and that the unseasonably cold weather may have played a role.
Yeah, no, but it's so interesting, Finny, as you know, because this is a county the President of the United States won by big numbers. Yeah. And let's not forget, he endorsed her, although he doesn't seem to remember that when he was asked about it this weekend. But
that's right.
There's a post on Truth Social where he, gives that standard boilerplate Donald Trump endorsement, which in the past may have helped some candidates. Here, it didn't seem to help at all. And we should also point out that Democrats weren't spending as much in that county as Republicans.
That's right. It's been over 40 years since a Democrat has taken this seat, so it's significant. And again, this is Texas. This is Republican Texas. So Texas Democrats that I spoke to over the weekend following this win are saying, hey, this could really help us in these congressional races. Some of those in the south of Texas. They've mentioned Bobby Polito, who's the Democratic challenger, and a former Tejano music star who's running in one of those redrawn districts, who they believe have the ability to upset in these areas typically won by Republicans. So also the DNC chair, the head of the Democratic Party, Ken Martin, put out a statement saying this not only bodes well for Texas, but for other competitive districts throughout the country. Vlad.
All right, this isn't the only Democratic win in a low-starred state this weekend. So let's just talk about what this means writ large, Finn, for the midterms and the GOP broadly going forward.
Vlad, that's right. Christian Menefee, the former Harris County attorney, won decisively in the congressional special election held this weekend to fill the remaining term of Congressman Sylvester Turner, who passed away almost a year ago. Menefee will represent Texas's 18th congressional district and will add another vote for House Democrats. This is why it's important. That's going to narrow the already slim majority that House Republicans have. It cuts their majority to 214, meaning Republicans can only afford one defection from its ranks on party line votes. And Menefee also ran on an anti-ICE platform. In remarks on Saturday following his win, he had this to say, Vlad.
That when I go into Congress, I'm going to fight each and every day to impeach Kristi Noem. To tear ICE up from the roots. And to fix this country's broken immigration system.
And if you can't bask in his win for too long, Vlad, remember this race was only to finish out Turner's remaining term, which ends in January. In 1 month, Texas will hold their primary elections for the full term. In that election, Menefee will again face his runoff rival, Amanda Edwards. But this time, will also have to run against longtime Democratic Congressman Al Green, who, due to the Republican redistricting efforts, is running in this election. Vlad?
All right.
Ben, thank you so much, as always.
Thank you.